There we go. Talladega Nights is the name of the league. Tarnation TV is the name of the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. If you are, in fact, watching this evening, I'm on Fire Series, season number 2, using the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series 2019 CTS mod. Information people don't really care about. They just want to watch cars race. My name is Blaine, joined this evening by Chris Aiken. Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir, that's correct this time.
Yes, perfect, man. Yeah, Brad couldn't make it tonight. He's got some family stuff going on, and yeah, Chris, thanks for jumping in here last minute.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the invite and the offer, and really excited and looking forward to doing this.
Yeah, season number 1 was crazy, right down to the wire. The way they have this thing set up here at Talladega Nights is pretty tight with points and all that good stuff, and it always comes down to the final race and pretty much the final lap. Greg Lovell was the championship winner last season, season number 1. There's lots of different things going on here at Talladega Nights, so thank you for joining us live on a Thursday. You run a league too, don't you, sir?
Yes, I do. The SMO Gaming Simulation League, Sunday and Monday nights. Great league, been around for going on 20 years here. So, I definitely know what it takes to run a league, and these guys over here do a tremendous job. They got, I didn't see the exact car count, but they have a pretty decent field lined up here for tonight. So that's great. We'd like to see the car counts up, and that's pretty amazing that the game's 20 years old and still getting fields like this. So that's awesome.
Yeah, especially on a Thursday night. Like, I'm showing 30. Well, it says 32 drivers, but 2 of those are us. So 30 total guys here this evening, logged in currently. There might even be. Well, we're in qualifying right now, so that will be set in stone. You're currently looking at on the live broadcast some renders of the cars. Pardon me. These renders were created by Gary Mingus himself, and I believe he uses 3D Studio Max to render these cars out, and they look awesome. A lot of fresh paint jobs from a lot of the drivers as well. Some chose to stay with an old paint job, but there's a lot of new ones, so it's gonna take us a little bit of a learning curve trying to get used to some of the new schemes. You get so used to seeing specific paint schemes with specific drivers, so now they're gonna throw all that away and start fresh with a new season. I have to learn all these new paints. How many different paints? Like, I haven't changed my paint on my car probably in like 10 years. I just drive the same car.
But if it's a good enough looking scheme, then such as yours, then you don't have to worry about changing it.
That's it. I'm like, you know what? I'll just make one and just use it. And then I recently created a Tarnation TV one, but that was like the first newer car that I actually made for myself in a very long time. 56 at the booth. 56. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hang on 1 second, bud.
How rude. Interrupts the broadcast and then tells us to hold on a second. Jeffrey Elliott, league owner, administrator extraordinaire, driver of the number 56, Doritos Mercedes. Oh, man. Yeah, we got team.
All right, 56 to the booth.
Yep, go ahead, 56.
We are ready when you are, sir.
Cool, we're doing driver introductions, I assume.
Yes, sir.
Ready when you are. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna let them know I'm bringing you up.
All right, we're going to go up there and hear from the drivers and the qualifying order that they landed in. So I shall return, Chris. He's going to grab me. Good evening, everybody. Awesome to be back after an October off. This should be a lot of fun, so I won't waste any time. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, and good luck to everyone involved. And Jeff, the microphone is back in your hands.
Well, I welcome all the drivers to I'm on Fire Series number 2. We're going to start with the pole position.
In the pole position, Javier Negron from Bridgeport, Connecticut, driving the number 4 Agua Fresca Toyota car.
Starting second, Greg Lovell for a Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the number 088 Big Stone Gap Racing Chevrolet. Good luck, guys. Let's have fun tonight.
Starting third, Nate Balser, Seattle, Washington, driving the 079 Chevrolet. Shout out to Jerry and Kathy, my sister Lisa, wife and daughters. Thanks for watching and good luck, everybody.
Starting fourth from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the 41 Big Stone Gap Racing Chevrolet, painted by Frank Divins.
Starting fifth, Randy Waugh, driving number 21 Big Stone Gap, Virginia car, painted by Frank Givens. Do a shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandkids Adrian, Asher, and Asa.
Starting sixth, number 043 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Brian Lovell, representing Big Stone Gap Racing.
Starting seventh, Dan Lovell in the 388 and the Frank Divins painted Big Stone Gap Racing Club car. Good luck to all you guys out there. I want to give a shout out to my wife Bonnie, and thanks for putting this on for us, guys.
Starting eighth is Josh Mercurio from Waco, Texas, in the 99 car. Shout out to the Wrecking Ball Sandoval for painting this car for me.
Starting in ninth, Mike Mangialardi driving the 029 Ford Mustang Black Hawk Down car. Shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room, and good luck, everybody.
Starting.
Try again there, Chris. All right, number 10 spot, that would be Chris Van, driver number 10, driving for Team Doritos.
Starting in 11th, Stephen Brandstetter driving the 510 Team Doritos car.
Starting in 12th, Zach Roberts driving the 98 Toyota Camry Fanta sponsored. Good luck, Team Wrecking Ball. Thank you, Ulysses, for painting my car.
Starting 13th is Graham McDonald driving the number 24 from Sarnia, Ontario.
Starting in the 14th position is the number 9, driving the number 9 red nacho cheese Doritos car, Team Doritos, out of Mooresville, North Carolina. And I want to give a shout out to all the drivers tonight that came out tonight and come out here and race. So I appreciate y'all coming out here. And of course, my wife and the kids. Let's have a good race.
Driving the number 12 Doritos purple-based Mercedes-Benz in the 15th slot, Gary Slingshot Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida. Good luck to everybody out there racing tonight. Blaine, love what you do, buddy. Good to see you.
Starting 16th, number 80 Eric Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, racing for Big Stone Gap Racing. Good luck, guys.
Starting 17th, Jeff Goodpasser driving the number 33 SNHU Ford Mustang. Get ready to rock and roll. Glad to be back.
Starting in 18th, the number 60 Perry Bond. Recently out of Florida. I believe he's up in West Virginia. Good to see you back here, Perry. We missed you.
Starting 19th, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia, driving the 67 Gold Peak T Toyota Camry, representing Team Wrecking Ball.
And starting 20, the leader of the Team Wrecking Ball, Ulysses the Papi Sandoval, driving the 96 Pride Toyota Camry. I wish you a good season 2, everyone.
Starting 21st, number 0, Alex Ortiz, representing Team Wrecking Ball.
Starting 22nd, Larry Rubenstein out of Georgetown, Mass, driving the 188 Ford Mustang.
Starting 24th from Fenton, Michigan, driving the Hocko Soldering Equipment Pontiac Trans Am, Sean Dotson. Good luck, everybody.
25th, Alex Moe, Riverside, California, 48 Lowe Chevrolet.
Go ahead, Ray.
Starting 27th, driving the number 81 Discovery Channel Camaro, Ray Hill Jr., and go Afterburner Motorsports.
Starting 28th, the number 56, driving for Team Doritos, driving a brand new Mercedes. I want to wish good luck to all you guys, my teammates, and good to have you back, Blaine. We missed you dearly. Let's rock this 11 weeks, guys, and with Blaine and his co-host. So let's do it.
Starting 29th, Josh 2 in the 85 Dodge. Josh's eggs.co Dodge. Shout out to Blaine and Chris. And I guess I'm on Team Eggs. Everybody else is on a team, so I'm the egg team.
And starting 30th, driving a 931 Team Dorito car out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Good luck, everybody.
I got something to say, Jeff, before we quit.
There you go.
I forgot to shout out to Frank Divins for my car, so thank you, Frank.
Yeah, I did
definitely.
as well. Thanks,
Let's
Frank.
all give a shout out to Rodney Sullins and Frank Divins and Gary Mingus, all the painters out there for what you do for all of our leagues. So thanks, guys.
Don't forget
Thanks,
Ulysses. Thank you.
All right,
Blaine,
Mr. Chris Aiken, he's not on team
And
today.
Ulysses.
Blaine, there's your starting lineup, bud.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. A full field almost. We're only like 8 short from being a full field on a Thursday. Wouldn't have it any other way. I won't say much more. We got to do some racing, so this is going to be great. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. We'll be going off.
Part of
Thanks a lot, Blaine.
Thanks, Blaine.
Hey, now, back in the booth, doing some happy hour action. So that was pretty cool. You heard these guys talking about, well, maybe you did or maybe you didn't, these teams that they're doing. So I put that on a button. We've got a couple of teams that these guys were kind of working on behind the scenes. You still got me? Are you there, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that what they've done is we always talk about, Stone Gap, Virginia, all those guys are on a team, and the Ulysses, the Wrecking Ball, Sandoval, they kind of team up, and you're able to get out there on the track and you're able to find friends to start a line, get the big push, especially here at Talladega Super Speedway or even Daytona. Any super speedway, really, you need friends. So what some of these guys did was come up with some team stuff. So there's the teams on the screen right now. I know some names are missing, but we do have Team Wrecking Ball Racing, Team Doritos, and then Big Stone Gap Racing as well, which is... So these drivers are more than likely going to try to find each other on the track. The Doritos team is completely redesigned. All their cars look the same. The same with the Stone Gap guys. You can see right here, we're looking at Dan Lovell in the 388. And I can tell Brian Lovell is also part of Team Stone Gap as well, because he's the same design, different color. So very cool. Rodney Sullins, Frank Divins, all the painters kind of doing these color-coded themed cars to make everybody sort of look the same, but still set them apart. And of course, Team Doritos is driving Mercedes. There's Gary Mingus in the 12. Purple Doritos car. So it'll be a lot easier on track now this season to see who's racing with who. And, all these guys are going to want to work together. Like there's 3 Stone Gap cars right there. You can tell just by the way that they're designed. Also like to shout out the camera angles, Reddit user NR Clips. Always fantastic using his camera pack for Talladega, mimicking NBC and Fox and whatnot, using it's just sets it apart. It's something a little bit different. The camera angles get a little bit boring after a while, and you find these guys online supporting the community, somehow figuring out how to use Cam Edit. I've never got that software. I've never been able to figure out how to make it work. But
yeah, Blaine, I tried that about a month and a half ago, right before we had our broadcast, because the camera angles that came with the track that we ran were they were okay, but they could have been a little better. So I kind of just started playing around with it and found a little tutorial on it. Wasn't a whole lot of info, but it was definitely something that was challenging if you didn't have an idea of what you were doing. So yeah, definitely shout out to him for sure. people back in the day used to make all kinds of cam edits to a lot of the tracks to mimic the realistic TV cameras, and then it just kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately. So it's good to have somebody doing that again.
Yeah, I think they need to, especially the way the software and the game itself, really being a 20-year-old game, and of course everything's legacy, I guess is what they would call it. Like it's all legacy software that shouldn't run on Windows 10 or 11, and so I think that's kind of where stuff gets a little confusing. I've figured out most of it, but like cam edit, and it's all text based, so that would be a massive learning curve. Knowing the coordinates on the track, where you need the camera to be and how you want it to pan and all this kind of stuff, and when it should switch to a different camera. I don't even know how they do it, but these look fantastic. So, and our clips, big fan, and I'm loving the spectator camera. He's got some of the best spectator cameras, like just zooming them in a little bit, and they don't change. They stay fixed in one spot. I don't know. I like it. And, again, all the guys who create all the stuff for this old thing, the guy who created the ticker, Peter Dickin, GNL.TV, that's the name of the ticker. And somehow it pulls information from the game and it displays across the top, just like a real race. Something that you don't really notice, but somebody somehow figured out how to make that work. And I've looked at it because it's all HTML code. And it is insanity how someone figured out how to do what it does, and nobody's ever touched it. That's I kind of wonder why the stuff never gets updated anymore. It just kind of like Cam Edit or the ticker. It was created and it was never really tweaked, probably because it just works. Free Cam by Tyler Mallon. That's another one we use we like to call it our drone cam. For instance, like I can get on pit lane here and I can move this camera around, put it wherever I want. Stuff like this shouldn't even be possible, but it is. And we thank everybody involved in the NASCAR 2003 community for making this stuff happen, because there really is some awesome edits.
Yeah, it's just amazing that the game's 20 years old and going on 21 years here soon, and that there's still content being created for it, and the quality of some of the content being created for it. Like you mentioned, the tickers and the free cam and the better cautions mod and just everything. That's awesome that a game this old still has a following such as that, and we definitely appreciate everyone that has contributed to it and put forth all the effort to keep the game up to date.
That was one that blew my mind, was the better cautions thing. Okay, we got to get on the grid and retire our cars, and we will listen to the Balser family as Nate and his girls do the Grand Marshal duties for this evening. So take it away, Madison, Katarina, and Angela, and... oh no, did I forget the other one? He's got 3 daughters. Angela? It says it in the intro. I'm forgetting somebody.
Welcome to Talladega Nights Super Speedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
Oh, I guess it was Angela, Madison, and Katarina. I thought Nate had 3 daughters in there. Oh, you know what it is? I think he does have 3 daughters, but only 2 of them were able to do the Grand Marshal-y thing. I believe that's what it was. I should touch base with Nate on that, because he may have sent me an updated file that I forgot to update. But either way, thank you to the Balser family for your contribution to Tarnation TV's broadcast here on Thursday nights.
Whisper broadcast.
Yeah, man, my game crashed. It'll be all right. I'm just rebooting.
Right. Hey, you want us to restart the race? Or we restart?
Nope, we're good. I'm coming back in.
We had a mess up on the start anyways. You want us to re-rack?
If you're going to re-rack, we can definitely re-rack it.
Okay, we got to re-rack it.
Okay, they're going to re-rack, and I will get back in there. That is one thing that they never did fix was the the random crashes. Because I will run this thing every single week, and I don't know, it'll run fine for months, and then boom, there it goes. It just crashes for no reason, and everything's always the same pattern too, which I always find is funny. I don't do anything different.
Yeah, mine does it every once in a while, not very often, but there's no rhyme or rhythm to it.
Cool. So they re-racked. Did you get in and retire your car?
Certainly did.
Cool. Okay, now that we're in race mode, I will not be able to use my drone camera since we crashed out. I don't believe. I'm going to try here. I did it again. So now I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now it's crashed twice. You know what it is? It's race number 1 Gremlins.
You got to get them all worked out.
Yeah. Reset the tickers. I'm sure it'll kick me out of the race. Thank you for everybody who is watching on YouTube, by the way. The behind the scenes technical difficulties really aren't. The viewers don't really care. And we can sit here and complain about it all day, but nobody really cares. They just want to see some racing.
It's kind of a shame that the real races can't restart when there's a screw up.
Yeah, really. Yeah, if something happens on an actual track, you're done. That's the thing. It's got to stay. It's got to do what they got to do what they do. It's live TV.
Okay, buddy, fired up here. Remember, one switch at a time.
Probably got a 10-second delay or whatever, but still. All right. I do believe we are in business here on the parade lap, focusing on the 56 of Jeffrey Elliott. The 56 of Jeffrey Elliott, the Talladega Nights owner. Running some information on him on screen right there. Jeffrey is 6'2". He's super nice and likes long walks on the beach. So if you need his cell phone number, we can give it to you live on the air if you got a pen. 554-678-4492. Give Jeffrey a call. I hope that's not anybody's actual phone number. Whoever that belongs to is going to be so pissed.
All right, it looks like we're about ready to go here.
Yeah, see, I like those Doritos cars. I like how these guys have themed these cars out. So now you've got Jeffrey driving the green one. Breedlove behind him in the blue one. Mercedes-Benz. I found a template online, and we sent it over to Rodney Sellens. It's like, Mercedes? Like, gosh darn right. Perry Bond is joining us this evening. I do not believe I have his car file in the 060. No, Perry is unfortunately in a generic car, but that's no big deal. He's on the track and he is racing on the high line there, right behind Eric Lovell. I've never heard of Eric Lovell before. Clearly he is related to Brian and Greg and Denny and Randy and all those other guys. Because he is driving a Stone Gap racing car there, that purple number 80. He's got the rookie banner on the back. He's got the yellow bumper on the rear of the car. Oh, Perry is a... See, you know what I mean? We talk about drivers and then they crash.
Gotta stop doing that, buddy.
Happens every time. Put that in.
We'll find out what happened here.
Yeah, the 060. He didn't cause the accident. He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Looks like there was a check up in front. Yeah, the bottom line starts checking. And that's all that was.
Yeah, it looks like the 33 got in the back of the 12 a little bit, and that caused things to get jammed up, and then it was just the accordion effect.
Yeah, you get that domino.
But it doesn't appear that anyone got tore up too severely, so hopefully everyone can continue on, go into the pits and repairs if needed, and rejoin the race.
I'm focusing here on the 81 at Hewlett. You want to see how to thread the needle through a wreck. Not a scratch on that thing. Out of the way, people. He dropped about 30 miles an hour, and he was able to drive right through that whole thing. So while you were just talking about pitting for damage repairs, the 81 does not.
Actually looks like the 96 has quite a bit of front-end damage, so we'll have to see if they can get that repaired, and if that slows them down too much, hopefully it's not too bad.
You were saying the 96?
Yes, sir, the 96 car.
Yeah, head first into the wall. He did hit hard. You saw from we saw from the cockpit of 81 how the 96 just kind of hung a hard right, and there's nothing stopping you except concrete barrier.
Okay, Viper in the YouTube chat said that Eric is Greg's son. Level.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome. How they've all just, there's cousins, brothers, sons, like you've got generations. And I know Greg's been playing this thing since day one. His son probably wasn't even alive.
Yeah, and actually Viper lives right next door to Greg.
Oh, no way.
So he's a resident of Big Stone Gap as well.
Oh, cool. Wow, everybody just lives right on top of each other down there. That's fantastic. So I noticed above in the YouTube chat, Viper was saying, ask Chris about his engine. What's he mean about that?
Yeah, that's a funny little story. So probably about 5 or 6 months ago, we were running a race, and it was a full moon, and we like to joke around some, and we were just going back and forth with some friendly jokes, and he said, "Hey, Chris." I said, "Yes, Viper. How's your engine?" I said, "It's going just fine." He's like, "It's going to blow up." I said, "Yeah, I highly doubt it." And sure enough, about 10 laps later, under the caution, leading the race with about 20 laps to go, it just blew up randomly.
Wow.
He put a hex on it.
That's it, man. That's hilarious.
What's funny, though, is we've had a couple other guys join us, and they learned about that as well. And the past, I think, 2 weeks, people have done that to each other, and the same thing happened. So,
wow.
Yeah, please, whatever you do, don't come over and put that hex on anybody. More than welcome to join us, just don't do that.
Yeah, don't hex anybody. Go ahead, 56.
Hey, you got time to talk to somebody for a minute?
I'm just talking to the 56 here. Yeah, sure. Somebody could come down here. Sure. I forgot to put you on Whisper with Jeff there, Chris. Even though I told everybody to do it, I totally forgot to do it myself.
No worries.
We're looking for an interview right now, and it's a mystery guest. 3 laps led by Greg Lovell himself. Oh, it's Mr. Chris Van Vliet. How do you say that? Chris, live on the air, Tarnation TV. You got me? I think Chris was having microphone issues because we were doing it in the driver introductions. His mic had a big static charge and then stopped working.
Yeah, let me try the other one. He actually has 2 of them up here.
Oh, he's in there twice. Microphone issues. Multiple Chris's. Oh, we have a Zach Roberts. Zach Roberts live on the air. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing, Blaine?
Oh, not bad, man. Those cars are looking hot, man. Like, you guys are just, I got to learn all these new paint schemes now.
Yeah, you do.
I noticed
That's
you took the rookie stripes are finally off that car.
Oh, yeah. That's gratitude of Ulysses as Sandoval, I will admit.
Nice. Oh, you're part of Team Wrecking Ball, are you?
Yes, sir.
So what's the plan for Team Wrecking Ball? Are you guys going to try to find each other now and see what you could do, or just sort of do your own thing to the last 10 laps? Like, is there a plan of any kind this early in the race?
Just stay with each other at this point. That's why I pitted the second time, because Garland's back here, Ulysses is back here, and so is Javier. All three of us are back here right now, so that's why I pitted again, just to make sure I can follow behind with them. So,
okay.
I mean, we're a team now. We try to follow through with that on the sprint races the best we can. So, I mean.
And you have everybody on a hotkey, like a whisper thing, so you guys can do like private team chat?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
This was the first time we ever did a team meeting. During happy hour, we did a team meeting. So.
Ooh. Any cool details you want to? You can't give away all your secrets, I guess.
No, I can't give away secrets,
No.
but I can give away fun facts.
Okay, fun facts. Let her rip.
So everybody has a Coke type car, apart from Josh. Josh has a Pepsi.
Nice. Oh, so they're all Coke branded, but then he's driving a Pepsi guy. That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's Ulysses with a Sprite, and a Garland with a different type of tea. It was Javier with multiple other type of drink brands. It's me with a Fanta, and then Alex is a Coke, a Cola, and then Josh is a Pepsi.
Nice. That's a good way to do it. And then
Hey, real quick, guys, we're getting ready to go green. Any shout outs real quick, Zach?
Shout out to Team Wrecking Ball. That's what I'm going to say.
Any shout outs, Zach? Can Zach hear me?
Yes, sir, I hear you.
Any shout outs before we go back to green?
I shout out to my uncle for actually getting me into this thing. I greatly appreciate as much as I talk smack about him, much as he talks smack about me. I love the man no matter what. He's going to hold a special place in my heart. Also a special place to my grandma that just got back from the hospital. She just won a very tough battle, and she's one heck of a woman.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, guys, I think we're getting ready to go green. I love you, Blaine. Love you, Jeff. But we're getting ready to go green, guys.
Let's do this thing, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Team Coca-Cola and one Pepsi Cola. That's pretty cool, man. Grandma's out of the hospital. They should get Grandma a wheel. What's she doing? Come on, Grandma.
Hopefully she's watching.
Hopefully. We should start like a GoFundMe and buy Grandma a wheel. She's got to get out here, too. You have Ken Roberts, Zach Roberts, and Grandma Roberts. I'm just assuming her last name is Roberts. I don't know any different, so I'm just going to stick with that. Good to hear you're out of the hospital, Mrs. Grandma Roberts. The steering wheel and pedals are in the mail. And a copy of NASCAR Racing 2003 season by Papyrus Racing Simulation. Who's in first? Is 088 Greg Lovell.
It looks like we got 4 big stone gap cars lined up nose to tail on the inside line coming to this restart. So they should probably get a good start here, and all be working together coming off of turn 2, hopefully.
See, it's very easy to see them because and you've got Randy Wan, the yellow one, on the outside line. So there's 5 of them, and he's going to sneak down in behind. I'll guarantee it. And the big stone gap is 5 deep on that low line coming in here on the back straight.
And that's going to be tough to get around them.
That's always the team to beat, man. I mean, last year, Greg Lovell, speaking of which, we've got a screen for Greg as well. Let's see if I can remember what button to press. The Greg Lovell button is that button right about there. Easy stats in race number 1 always has easy stats screens. The 088 of Greg Lovell, the I'm on Fire Season 1 champion. And I just noticed that's a fluke. I actually matched the color of the car with the color of the bar at the bottom of the screen, and that was completely by accident. And I did the same thing with Jeff. I don't even know how that happened. I didn't do that on purpose.
Let's see if you can make it 3 for 3.
I've only got 2, so we're there.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Team Stone Gap dominating that bottom line. All those cars painted by Rodney Sullins. No, Frank Divens. Frank Divens painted those cars. Frank paints the level machines and color-coded, design those things with the custom grills and everything. They look awesome.
Yeah, I've known Frank for a long time, as well as Craig and Danny and those guys. And Frank's always done a really great job at painting up those guys in some of their nice looking cars. So, but they look really great up there. So hopefully they keep them looking that nice. And,
that's the challenge. Keep them looking that nice. So we've got Chris Van Vliet. And the number 10, there's Team Doritos on the High Line. All those cars painted by Rodney Sullins.
Some great looking cars as well.
So you've got the 10, the 56, the 9, the 12, and the 931. And the 510.
Yeah, Rodney definitely does a tremendous job with the paints that he does for everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to find a bad looking car on this track. I can see one of mine out there, Mick Mangialardi in the 029. He's still running one of mine. I did paint one for Stephen Brandstetter, but then he joined Team Doritos, so I got bumped out of the way by Rodney Sullins. But I can't complain. Everybody contributes so much to this, and everything looks great on the track. Thanks to all the painters. Thanks to all the drivers for driving, too. I mean, we get to sit here on a Thursday night and call a race at Talladega. Switch to helicopter camera here, watching this high line, trying to get a run going. They're trying to push Javier. He's part of Zach Roberts' team, and Team Wrecking Ball. As you can see, he is all alone. Is Nate Balser in the 79? Is he part of the Big Stone Gap crew?
It's a great question that I don't know the answer to.
Yeah. Because he's always with them. And I don't know, did I put him on the list? No. On the team list, Nate is not on it. So I don't know if Nate is affiliated. I know I did miss some names. I know there is some drivers that are affiliated with those teams. So those lists aren't like set in stone, that graphic that I put on screen. Yellow flag up. Yellow flag is up. So we'll load up.
Looks like the 85 and the 80 are around.
85.
And possibly the 48 and the 33 involved as well, perhaps.
All right, then. Perfect. We got it on replay here. Focus on the 85 of Josh 2. See what happened. Well, it looks like Larry D hit the apron a little bit. And that just upset the car enough to send everybody around. Back that up and look at it from a different angle. Larry D in the 188. You can see there he kind of gets down on that line, and there's not the same amount of traction going through that transition. I don't even believe that the 80 car of Eric Lovell, I don't believe that he made contact. I think he checked up, and I think Good Pastor was checking up as well. I mean, nobody did anything wrong.
No, it's just a racing incident.
Yeah, nothing wrong with any of that.
Yeah, everything just happens so quick, and you don't have time to check up stuff.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's part of it, fortunately.
Yeah, so hopefully not too much damage to many of these guys. Jeffrey Elliott there, Alex Moe, Sean Dotson, Perry Bone, Alex Ortiz, Is it Alex Ortiz? Yes, it is. Garland Oaks, Perry Bonnigan, Eric Lovell, Gary the Slingshot, Mingus, Chris Elliott, Zach Roberts, Brandstetter. Who's that? Josh Mercurio in the 99. Who paints his cars? It's weird how you can actually see the style. I can tell by looking at Josh Mercurio's paint job that it's not a Sullins car, and it's probably not a Frank Divens car, because every painter has a style, you know.
But wasn't he part of the Coca-Cola team, but with the
Right.
Pepsi car? Who did Zach say painted up those cars for him?
Ulysses.
Okay.
So it could have been Ulysses could have painted that one. Those are Mercedes cars. It's so weird to see the Mercedes template on the on Team Doritos, but that's really cool how they all kept the same manufacturer. 56 to the booth. Go ahead, 56.
Yeah, you got time for another interview?
Sure, we can do that. We are looking for another interview. Who will it be? I do not know. We are entirely at the mercy of Jeffrey Elliott. Josh 2 in the 85 live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, sir.
Hey, how are you guys?
Not too bad. What's the damage report?
No damage. I think the 188 was going to the pits, and I think it stacked everybody up, and we all didn't have anywhere to go.
Right. Yeah, it looked like real estate was, it was tight down there because there was a little bit of a Larry D got off the line a little bit and just bumped the apron just enough, and just a slight little checkup by a couple cars, and at least it wasn't the big one.
Yeah, I know. I was afraid of the damage, but I don't think any of us got damaged, so that's good.
I had your car, and now I lost it. There it is. I was focusing on the pack. We lost you in the pits, but yeah, it's good to hear no damage. I guess if they ran realistic damage, that would be a whole different style of racing. I don't even know if you could bump draft very hard with realistic damage on this track. The way you can wallop some of these guys.
Yeah, when I got spun, I just tried to keep the nose clean. The nose can equal engine damage, so I tried to keep the nose out of the wall.
Yeah,
I think we're all good.
Sometimes it's worth spinning the car around, like stay on the throttle or whatever. I've seen guys do that where they purposely will spin the car so it goes in backwards.
Right, yeah.
Because
for sure.
Your draft, drafting with other cars sucks if you've got front end damage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's been an interesting race so far. This series has been off for about a month, and a lot of the same guys are here, but I think we've got guys on teams and stuff, so I keep seeing teams that are running together, and so anyway, interesting start.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's cobwebs. I mean, with October, and it's fun to just park it. The league was still doing exhibition races, but all the points tracking and stuff. It's take a break. But then there might be a couple little cobwebs. But then again, really, the yellow flags that we're seeing this evening, they're nothing. Nobody's doing anything wrong. It's just, it's really tight. Stuff happens quick. And then sometimes guys just go around.
Oh, yeah. How's Chris doing as a broadcaster?
He left.
Did he?
Yeah, I had enough. And
I was going to say, wait a second.
It would have been great if he didn't respond to that comment. That would have been the best.
I know.
Wait, he actually left?
I know, right?
No, man, it's fun. Yeah, we're sharing stories, and yeah, it's good. All these fans of this game, man, everybody's got something to offer.
Yeah, that's true, and it creates a lot of friendships. I mean, Chris and I have been friends for, 20 years at least, right, Chris?
Yeah, I think it was 2002, so yeah, that's 21 years actually.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
Have you ever met in person, or is it just through the game?
We have, yep.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because I've met people online. I've actually never met them in person. I just, you consider them best friends and you've actually never met them just because your worlds apart. Like guys are in Scotland or wherever, and it's like you just meet online doing this.
Yep, that's right.
Actually moved about an hour and a half away from Josh. Not for that reason, but I decided to move down here to be closer to family, and Josh just happens to be like an hour and a half away. So,
Well, hey, if that's the case, Chris, I'm not that far from you because I'm not that far from Josh. But guys, we're getting ready to go green. Any shout outs real quick? I don't mean to cut you off, Josh. They come up quick. Any shout outs?
Just thanks to the broadcast, thanks to you, Jeffrey, and visit joshseggs.co.
There you go. Wrap it up, Blaine. I'll ship us back.
That's it, man. Good luck, Josh. Hopefully you can find some teammates out there. Hook up with McDonald behind you. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've got good guys around me, real good guys. So,
thanks, Josh.
Thank you, guys.
Graham McDonald in the 24 Mopar car.
It's a pretty sick looking car.
Yep. Fellow Canadian. Couple of Canucks out there, me being one of them. Yeah, I raced in the league there, the Fast Renegade Cup Series on Sundays, probably about 4 years ago now. And man, they had drivers from all over the place. And the South American guys were so good at the road courses, don't even try. You're not going to beat them.
That's all there is out that way. It's just the road courses. They don't really do oval racing.
No, it was crazy how good some of them were. I'm like, wow, these guys are just, they'd be, 20, 30 seconds ahead of everybody by the end of the race. And, much like most leagues, there's a lot of really good drivers. These guys just walk away from it because there is a thing. I love the road courses, but I'm never going to win. I just like them because they're challenging and different. But you watch them go, it's almost like they're in a trance and just hit those marks pristine every time. We got to get on the front pack here.
It's got a battle for the lead between the Big Stone Gap cars.
Yeah, and they're looking for 3 wide. The Doritos guys on the high line there looking to run this thing 3 wide possibly. Currently, Larry D is out with wheel. Retired a couple laps back. So the 188 of Larry D retired for a wheel issue. So I guess maybe he ran over a pothole and bent the rim or something. A lot of spreading out going back there. They went 3 wide and there was some bumping going on, but it looks like they got it all sorted out. We are still green. It kind of flared out the pack a little bit here.
With the outside line starting to form and getting a little bit of a run together here.
Yeah, they can take advantage of that little bit of a scatter right there if they can get lined up. Currently, Denny Karl in the 41 car leading the pack in that green car. Behind him, Brian Lovell. Behind him, Javier Negron. Javier been up front all day. Laps led this evening, 11 by Greg Lovell. 4 by Denny Karl.
Got a wreck coming out of 3.
Oh. That is a big one. Oh, man. We got Mingus.
Oh, somebody tumbling through the infield. It's like 33. Good pasture.
Somebody's rolling, yeah. Yeesh. Okay, so let's see. 33. He is wrecked. We're going to rewind this. He went for a ride. Holy moly. And he had nothing to do with any of that. Something happened in front of him.
They were 3 wide, and it looked like whoever was on the bottom and whoever was in the middle came together and reached like contact, and that started just a big chain reaction.
Oh my. Okay, so we're going to have to count the rolls. Good pastor. He did do an even number because he landed back on his wheels. Let's see here. We're going to have to put that in slow motion.
That's a heck of a tumble.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Holy moly. He went for 15 flips. There's 14 and a half, 14 and 3/4, and 15. Now, of course, this is Tarnation TV, so we are going to have to see what that looks like in cockpit view. That's what it looks like in cockpit view.
Wow, that was crazy looking.
That's wild. Holy moly. Oh, man, there's a lot of torn up cars, as you were saying. Some of them beyond repair, it looks like. The 388, very damn level.
56 to the booth.
56, yeah, we're just looking at some replays here.
I think we're just getting a little bit of rust off here. A little rough start for race 1, but hey, hopefully we'll figure this out. You have time for another interview?
Sure, go for it. Looking for another interview here. I don't even know where to focus this camera. Let's just park it right there. And let the dust settle. Chris Elliott in the number 9. Good to see you here tonight, man. I know some shit went down in your life. I'm going to use the swear word.
That's okay.
How's everybody doing over there, dude?
We're doing good. Thanks for asking. Everybody's safe. It was scary.
Yeah.
A little fire next door, burned the house down, and got ours on the side a little bit, but we got everybody out, and we're fortunate we didn't get a whole lot of damage, but we're doing good.
Yeah, I guess the damage doesn't really matter as long as everybody's healthy and good. Then just build another one.
Yeah, it's just one side of the house. It's just the wall needs to be replaced, and they're getting ready to work on that here pretty soon.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see you here tonight, so I guess the internet still works.
Yeah, that's a big plus. We didn't have no heat last night, though. They turned our gas off by mistake, and that was the coldest day of the year last night, and we had electric blankets out, and it was quite chilly. It got down that close to 49 degrees in the house.
Yeah, wow. I have my house in the West End. I have a fireplace, and it's cool. It's pretty neat because if anything ever happened, because we had an ice storm here one year, and it tore power lines down all over the place, and nobody had anything for weeks. And you know what? We got some logs, and we live in the city, but it's like a 50-year-old house, so it has a chimney and a big fireplace, and so that's kind of a bonus. But yeah, man, good to hear you guys are doing good. Those Mercedes cars you guys are driving tonight, look, it's so funny to see those things because I've never seen that template on the track before.
Yeah, it's something we all talked about, and it'd be neat to see the broadcasters like yourself say the word Mercedes. You don't hear that very often in a NASCAR race, so a little twist to it, so something to talk about.
Nice. Yeah, the I found it on Stunot, I think. Somebody made a Mercedes thing. And there's a lot of them. There's like a Bentley one and Lincoln and all these different ones. And the Mercedes looks cool. I like how the mods will come out and have that one model that's just kind of a generic car model where you can do stuff like a Mercedes-Benz.
That's right. It's funny. I forgot our team were in Mercedes-Benz and we were doing a driver intro, so I didn't say what make my car was because I couldn't remember.
I just make it up.
Right.
You still running the Back to the Future series?
We are. We're on our third season, second week. Atlanta this Tuesday night. We were off Thanksgiving. I mean, not Thanksgiving, Halloween, as you were off the entire month.
Yep.
For Halloween, and we were off Tuesday for Halloween. We're starting back up with our second race this Tuesday at Atlanta, which is original Cup mod, original tracks, and original Game Fast setup. It's a lot of fun. Brings you back to the old days.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. You're still running stock tracks, You're not going to branch out at all?
No, that's why it's called Back to the Future. We stick with everything original and don't want to, if we go off the original, it's no longer Back to the Future.
That makes sense. Yeah, there's enough other series here at Talladega Nights, so you take care of all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And, we used to run it, a lot of us back in the day. Not the newer guys, but us old guys that raced this game 23 years ago. We still know how to run those tracks, and they're not that hard once you do it for a while and learn that setup. But it's a setup that everybody's had all this year. They just never run it,
Yeah, and it's the feel on the wheel and the pedals and everything too, and the audio. Like I find I turn up my tire sound. That really helps me hold on to the cars when you can hear your tires making noise. That's part of the force feed, with the force feedback in the wheel and hearing your tires squealing on the track. I found over the years it's weird how that works, but like you just need to have all those things in place.
Right. I didn't realize that for half the years I've been racing that you need to listen to those tires and what they sound like in the terms of different tracks to keep aware of a little bit of your idea what your tires are doing.
Hey guys, don't mean to cut in, but we're getting ready to go green here, Chris. Any shout outs you want to throw real quick?
Yeah, I want to say shout out to Chris Pleasance and all the guys at Frito-Lay and my wife Tammy, my sons Logan and Chris. Thanks, Jeff.
Wrap her up there, Mr. Blaine. Sorry I had to cut you off, guys. We're getting ready to go green.
Oh, it's all good, man. Good luck, Chris, and good to hear everybody's doing good. And listen to those tires; they do make noise.
All right, thanks, Blaine. Thanks for coming. Glad to have you back, bud.
Awesome. That's a lot of fun, man. Yeah, good to be back. Chris Elliott in the 09 Dorito Mobile. Yeah, big fire down there in North Carolina. His neighbor's house caught fire, and the whole community's doing what they do, but nobody got hurt, so that's good. You can always build a new house. But yeah, it is funny over the years how you get used to playing this game, and the tire noise I find was the best thing for me in really holding on to the car.
Yeah, I'll use that as a means to judge how much tire you're using. Whether you need to run harder or ease up a little bit,
or if you're losing traction, like if the car starts skating, it's all in there. It's all in the noise and the audio.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll hear it first before you see it.
Lights are off on the pace car. Josh Mercurio has led a couple laps here. Mike Mangialardi as well in the 029 on the outside line. The leader does get lane choice. So if Josh did want to switch spots with Mike, he would have to do that right now, which probably will not happen. It's rare to see that on Talladega where somebody would want that high line, because that middle line or that low line will turn into the middle line, which is where you want to be.
Oh, got a spin on the backstretch. Big wreck.
Oh, geez, I wasn't live. How did that happen? I was off by about 5 seconds. No, I was off by more than 5 seconds. Wow. I got to shake the cobwebs out, too. Sorry about that broadcast.
But that's a good thing. You can always rewind it and play it.
Yeah, well, I'm listening to you and I'm going, wait a second. We're going back green. I'm like, no, we're not. Oh, wow. I haven't done that in a while.
We got a lot of cars involved, probably at least 10 cars.
I had it in replay mode. That's why. So there we go. Oh, no, it was Javier. Yeah, we were just talking about him, too, being up front all day. Slow that down a bit. Yeah, guys are... It's funny how sometimes people can get through it and not, and then other days like today, everybody just seems to get caught in every angle possible. Nate Balser's in there, a couple of the Stone Gap cars, the 80 of Eric is upside down. We're looking at Sean Dodson right there in the 091. Yeah, there's a... Wow. That looks like a war zone. Right there, that looks like a war zone. Let's back that up. Let's see this.
Well, the 79 and the 80, like they kept banging into each other.
Yeah.
In that corner, and they couldn't get separated.
Yeah. He comes back around and just gets hit again. He upside down.
There's 1, 2.
Race number 1 after a big long October off is definitely some cobwebs, because I had the race paused for 20 seconds, so I wasn't even live to see that wreck. And like you said, we are on like wreck number 4 or 5. We're on live pit road camera number 1. Everybody coming down, getting some damage repairs. So to the return. Yep, go ahead.
Lead a lap, and quite a few damaged cars from this incident here. So hopefully everyone can get prepared and get back into the race. And looks like Jeffrey Elliott took quite a hit. His back end's all smashed up pretty bad.
Yeah, currently looking at the front of the pack here. You got Josh in front. You got the 81 of Ray Hulick Jr. behind him from Afterburner. Another league here in the glorious NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Ray runs Afterburner. So if you do want to get into this simulation, it is a simulation. Nobody runs this game in arcade mode. There's lots of leagues. There's the 56 with a folded rear end on that car there. Surprised they didn't cut that off. Or did he pit yet? He may not have pit yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see what he does here in a second.
Because that looks like something that should be removed by the pit crew, but it's all still hanging there. I know he's staying out. Well, let's go through the field. Let's get on spectator view here so we can see everybody. Oh, Josh is headed to the pits with Ray Hulick and Chris Elliott. We'll let those guys get into the pits there, and then we'll go through the field here. The pace car tonight being driven by no one. Very talented drone operator in another city is driving that car. Position number 1, lap led by Jeffrey Elliott in the 56. Denny Carroll, Big Stone Gap Racing. Graham McDonald, Ulysses Sandoval, Stephen Brandstetter. Behind him, Josh Mercurio, Perry Bone, Zach Roberts, and Mike Mangialardi. Randy Waugh, Gary Slingshot Mingus, Sean Dodson, the 091, Garland Oaks in the 67, Robert Breedlove, the Blue Doritos Mercedes Team Doritos. Yeah, Team Doritos. Greg Lovell back here in 15th position. Clutching, as always, in the 088. Outside line just beside him, his teammate, Brian Lovell. Chris Van Vliet. I hope I'm saying that right, Chris. Javier Negron. Alex Ortiz in the Coca-Cola Camry. Dan Lovell, Big Stone Gap Racing. Some scratches on the roof. Josh 2 in the 85, Chris Elliott in the number 9, Ray Hulick Jr. in the 81, and Alex Moe in the 48 car. In position number 20, as we said before, Larry D is out of the race with wheel issues. So there's a big pothole there in turn 3, probably smashed the rim up. Jeff Goodpaster is also out of the race. So is Eric Lovell, and so is Nate Balser.
So we'll have to let Jeffrey know about that pothole after this race, and maybe they can get that prepared and back in working condition and good condition before the next event.
Yeah, some of those potholes out there, man, they're crazy. Like, man, how does this happen? It's such a professional league, and then they just let the track deteriorate like that. Yeah, other series here at Talladega Nights. I gotta get used to my buttons again. Where did I put it? It's here somewhere. Here it is. The DWI series on Mondays, Tuesdays, Back to the Future. I'm on Fire series on Thursday, which is what you are watching right now. The Truck series on Friday. Season 4 starts this week as well. Fast and Furious Trucks. And the Shake and Bake series on Saturdays. The main event of the week. Season number 5. The longest running series here at Talladega Nights. And that you can watch that live on FRN. You can see that YouTube link right across the top of those posters. www.youtube.com/@Flatout Racing Network Live. That's Seth Cole's channel. So we broadcast on Thursday. Tarnation TV at the I'm on Fire series, and the Shake and Bake series is being taken care of by Seth Cole himself and his nefarious minions. He's got a few co-hosts. Always fun watching live broadcasted races and stealing from them, because that's what I did. Tarnation TV would not exist without channels like Flatout Racing and JTN, Top Dragsters out there as well, Simtrax Racing, all kinds of different places to catch your broadcasts. You like yourself some racing. Jeffrey Elliott is leading the fields to the start here, leading this pack with massive...
in the back.
Okay, they'll probably pull the pace car back out. Or not. Wow, that's weird. Sometimes the pace car will come back out if that happens. I wonder how long Jeff can actually stay up here with that rear end damage.
Down to 10 laps to go, so I just...
Yeah.
Saw an opportunity to make the best out of it, so I guess that makes sense why he didn't hit there.
Yeah, monitoring his speed right now. He's at 190, so if he's got a push, he might be okay. We were talking before how drivers sometimes look like they purposely steer the rear of the car into the wall, because you need the nose. If there's front end damage, you're done. Switch to the helicopter camera here. We got a hard push on the right. That high line is walking by that bottom line. I don't know, Denny Carroll in that green 41, he's going to have to move that 56 out of the way. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to hit that 200 mile an hour mark with Jeffrey having that much damage. That top line is trucking. Denny's trapped behind the 56. There's nothing Jeff can do about it.
Yeah. I mean, that was amazing that he held on for the lead that long.
Mm-hmm. He's up to speed. Like he's not. They got a really good run. He's going to have to let Denny go. Yeah, okay, Denny's moving underneath him now. It's getting tight there, though. Oh, gotta back that up. Trying to lock on to Denny. I thought I was on Denny. There it is. Denny Carroll in the 41. A good save there. He got on the apron to sort of a little bit of a checkup there.
Front of 060, 99. Big wreck. Oh, got Joshua at the last second.
We are within 10, so we are locked on to Stephen Branstetter in the 510, racing back to the line. We will go green again. And he will hold off Zach Roberts and Dawson to lead this lap. And that will be Branstetter's second lap led of the night. As we are under caution and able to catch the pace car on the back straightaway, we will look to see here who went around. I think it was Perry.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but I looked up and Perry went sideways. I don't know if he got clipped or what happened, but it was started the track getting blocked and led to a big old catastrophe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking at it here. Oh, man, just a slight bumper hook. And it actually affected him more than it affected the leader. That's a weird flip. The car rolled on its roof. How did that happen?
Wow.
It hit the wall. It just flipped over.
It didn't even hit anything this over.
No. He wasn't even going that fast. And nobody bumped him to get him back up on his wheels, so he had to call for a tow truck.
It might be the grip level on that portion of the track. Might be a little bit high.
Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah, up near the wall like that, maybe it's a little bit grippy. That is very strange looking. How the car the roof flaps are working, and somehow he just bumps the wall and it hooks the car and flips it over. So Perry is currently being towed back to his pit stall. He's in the pit stall. You don't get to actually see the tow truck. But when a driver calls for a tow truck, is it relative to where you are on the track of how long it takes you to be able to drive again?
I do believe so because if you say, for instance,
56 to both.
If you wreck out for the pit lane,
right,
you'll have a short tow time. But if you wreck out or run out of gas or whatever, just past the finish line, just past the pit lane, you're going to have quite a substantial tow time.
Right. Sometimes it could be a minute or two, depending on the size of the track. Go ahead, 56.
Or 15 minutes if you're running a 12-mile long Baja 1000.
Yeah, really. Sorry, 56, were you asking something?
Yes, sir. Top 4 podium this race, and we'll do factoids with Gary's slingshot after the interviews.
Roger that.
Yeah, 10 point. Thanks, bud.
Stay tuned after the race for Gary Slingshot Mingus doing the factoids, because Bob Dixon is not here this evening. Which track did you say was, there's a Baja track in this game?
Yeah, the Baja 1000 track. It's like 12 miles long.
Holy moly.
Actually, we're going to be running that over at FMO here in a few weeks with our SST series that we're going to start up. Not this Sunday, but next week or next Sunday.
Right, because I saw an advertisement for that track somewhere. And that must have been it. They're running like an endurance event. I can't remember who's doing it, but using that Baja track. Again, people finding a way to use an old simulator like this to do stuff it was never designed to do, you know?
Jeff Goodpaster in the chat says that he's okay. He's back at the shop, and we're going to start back on square one next week.
Yeah.
Good to see that he's okay after that wild tumble 15 times, 15 half times, or whatever. It was pretty crazy. So,
Yeah, I think it was 15. There's Grant Wesley in the chat as well, sending out some love for the broadcast. Looks good. Keep it up. Thanks, Grant. Yeah, a lot of bugs this evening. A lot of cobwebs. I would say cobwebs. I couldn't even get the stream started because YouTube wanted to know if I was me or not. So that was fun. A little bit nerve-wracking. And we've had a few good yellows. According to my stats, we've had 5 yellow flags with 11 laps under yellow. This is a 38-lap race. It's very high for this league, but like I said, when you take a month off, everybody's got fresh paint schemes, all the teams, all the new teams and teammates and strategies, and me forgetting to put the race into live mode. It's live now. So you're not watching a replay. But Perry Bond has retired. So the retirees for the race: Perry, Nate, Eric Lovell, Jeff Goodpaster, and Larry D. Everybody else is on the lead lap. When we go green, this race will end. So, because there will not be enough time to have another yellow and green instance. So hopefully we can get a green flag run.
Okay, so looks like we'll go back to green with like 3 laps to go. So hopefully we can end it under green, and 3 laps should be plenty of time for everyone to get back up to speed and make a charge to the front.
Would that be a green-white checkered, or no? I think we're one more than that, right? So 36 would be green, 37, yeah, would be one too many. But yeah, whatever happens. It is a race-back situation because we are within 10 to the finish. Usually at the point of caution, the field would be frozen. Drivers would roll off the throttle and kind of just hold their positions and not race each other. But when we are within 10 to the checkered flag, that is out the window. Yellow comes out, you go to the line to claim that spot. So
it should be interesting to see what happens here, because a lot of the team cars are all separated now with the way that the cautions and the accidents happen. So definitely probably going to be every man for himself once we get going here.
should be exciting nonetheless. It's been an entertaining, event-filled race up till this point. There's Randy Wan, the 21, in fourth. Sean Dodson, the 091, in third. On the outside row, Zach Roberts in the 98, and leading the pack to the restart as that pace car will leave. We have Stephen Branstetter in the 510, driving the orange Team Doritos 510 Mercedes-Benz Ford Taurus Corolla. Boogity, boogity, boogity boys, let's go racing.
Yeah, here we go.
I totally made that up.
The 98 got a jump on the outside lane.
No kidding. Wow.
A great restart.
Amazing restart by Zach Roberts to the front. That's the time to do it. That was insane. That was an amazing restart. Look at that. They look at their 5 wide coming down the back straightaway right there from that camera angle. Oh, Zach is blocking.
Yeah, who you know that?
Wonder where you learned that from. Uncle Ken? Hey, man, if your last name's Roberts, the front of the pack is not an unfamiliar place.
Here comes Alex. No, we haven't really seen or talked much about him tonight. He's up in the third spot.
Alex is very consistent like that, though. He'll stay in the back all day and watch the race, and then all of a sudden, there he is at the front. Happens every single time. You'll mention Alex, he'll be in 27th. You know, a few laps go by. Oh, Alex is back there in 21st, 30th. And then there's 3 to go, and he's in 3rd place. And it's a good spot to be because, you know, being in first, Zach is definitely driving out the rear window right now.
Coming to the white flag here.
Yep.
Oh,
Dotson behind him with Mo on the apron.
Good save.
Zach likes to see that. Gives him a little bit more space. But is it too much space? Last lap.
He's got a line forming on the outside. Big line forming on the outside.
Team Doritos has 4 cars on that high line. Oh, they're bumping. They're slamming doors. Team Doritos has gotten out in front. They're wrecking in the back, but we don't care because we're watching Chris Elliott and Breedlove railroading Roberts in that last half of the lap there. Is the Mercedes-Benz going to get the 1-2? Chris Elliott in the number 9 takes it for Team Mercedes-Benz Doritos with Robert Breedlove right behind him, and the yellow flag is up. That just means that that yellow flag would have probably been there from that wreck a lap prior when I said we don't care. Because we were on the last lap, so it doesn't matter.
We took the white flag. That's all that mattered.
Yeah, once you get the white, it doesn't matter after that.
There's quite a few cars caught up in that accident on the back stretch on the final lap.
You know what, too? For a race that had a lot of yellows, that was a fantastic final 5 laps because you had Zach with an amazing restart, throwing a couple of good blocks, keeping those guys behind him. Team Doritos forms on that outside line and gets to the win to get around that wreck at the end, too. It was a great way to finish the race off. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great move by the Team Doritos guys to get that run going and get up in the lead and take the win.
Race number 56 to the vote.
I love the burnout. We can't see anything.
Hey. When you guys done with that burnout, I'm ready to bring you Zach, okay?
Yeah. Congratulations to Team Doritos. First time these Mercedes cars hits the track, and we've got a 1-2 finish. And Graham McDonald rounding out the podium. Graham McDonald in 3rd. Congratulations. Robert Breedlove in 2nd. Congratulations. And Chris Elliott winning the race. What is going on here? End credits. There's the end credits. All right, Jeff, bring him in. Save up some replays here.
Hey, Blaine, I'm back. Is it okay if I bring you all 4 down and you start with the 4th guy, ask him questions, and let him speak a little bit, do a couple of shout outs to just work each one?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Gonna get all the guys down here. Talk some racing. Zach Robertson in 98. Dude, you were holding those guys back, man, but the Doritos team railroaded you at the last second.
Yes, yeah, I tried. My team said stay low. The bottom line just broke apart. I mean, I think I made the right choice. At the same time, I'm not quite sure.
Well, you had a phenomenal restart, dude. Like that to do the hop like that, to get into first right off that green flag. Like were you timing that?
I just want to say it's from my go-kart experience, but it's like whenever as soon as I see a color change on my screen, I just smash my pedal and just pray that God takes the wheel.
All right, I got your factoids ready.
Awesome. Oh, we want to do factoids first? We can do that. Yeah, let it rip there, Gary. We do factoids for the race. Then we'll talk to the podium. Thanks, Zach.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day, boy.
Just say go.
Let it rip, Gary. Go ahead.
All right, your fastest laps of the night. An honorable mention is Alex Ortiz in 5th place. Ray Hewlett Jr. Ray did a 47.842 second lap, 200.159 on lap 10. In 4th place was Alex Moe. Alex Moe did a 47.789 second, 200.381 miles per hour on lap 9. All of the next 3 guys all did their laps on lap 9. That would be in 3rd place, Jeff Goodpaster, 47.681, 200.835 miles per hour on lap 9. Graham McDonald in the 2nd place, 47.661, 200.919. And that was on lap 9. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Josh's Eggs 2. 47.549 seconds, 201.93 miles per hour. Our next statistic coming up is the laps led. We had 14 lead changes with 11 leaders, and Greg Lovell led 11 laps to be the top. Denny Carroll led 6. Steve Brandstetter led 5. Josh Mercurio led 4. Zach Roberts led 3. Jeffrey Elliott led 3. Mike Mangialardi led 2. And the last 4 that led 1 lap was Graham McDonald, Chris Elliott, our winner, and Robert Breedlove and Josh Scrambled Eggs 2. And those, my friends, are your factoids for the night.
Awesome. Thanks, Gary. That was quick. I didn't expect. Oh,
Thanks,
wait.
Mr. Mangus.
Thanks, Mr. Yeah, sorry. I was talking with my mute button on. That was quick. I didn't expect you to have the stats that quick, but thanks, Gary.
Yeah, so we can get them back up to the drivers real quick, Gary, to give them those. They're waiting for you up there. Thanks, Mangus.
You betcha.
All right, onto the podium. Graham McDonald in 3rd place, man. Right spot at the right time. We were watching you guys, obviously, all race. And the front of that pack at the end was completely different from when it was at the start. So, I mean, there's a lot of action out there tonight with the yellow flags, but a fantastic finish.
Yeah, it was a struggle tonight to get up there, but it seemed like everybody in front of me just broke up. And I could get through.
Yeah, did you take any damage from any of those accidents at all?
But I don't think anybody hit me.
That's probably why you guys are up front, keeping the cars clean, man.
I seen them check up or something there with Alex Moe, and so I went up to the outside. Usually when you go to the middle, you go to the back, but I was able to keep going.
Yeah, it was a great race, great finish, and yeah, like I said, there's a lot of cobwebs to shake out, but you guys always seem to get it done, man. Like under green flag finish at the end. Very exciting to watch the whole thing play out. And, no real pitch strategies. I mean, did you have any pitch strategies tonight, or does that just go out the window when there's so many yellows?
The last yellow found the right place where you didn't need pit strategy anymore.
Oh, yeah, it was within the last 10 or so.
It was right about 13 or 14 to go.
Right on, man. Yeah, perfect timing. What was the fuel? Is it 3 times?
Yep.
Yeah.
3 times, you can do about 13 laps.
Right on, man. Well, thanks again for showing up. Obviously, all the drivers. Thanks to all the drivers. It's so fun to call these races. Do you have any shout-outs before we move on up to second place?
I'll just give a shout out to William and Chase. They usually try and watch these races, and I do well.
Awesome. Thanks, Grim.
Thank you. See you next.
We'll be here every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Robert Breedlove in the second place position in the 931 Team Doritos car. Those Mercedes-Benz, man, those things look good.
Well, I appreciate it, Blaine. Hey, I just want to give a big shout out to you guys for putting this on, and to Jeffrey for all the work he does doing this. I know all the drivers know this, but I'm in Texas. I'm living in South Carolina. I had to go to Texas for work. I packed my wheel, I packed my pedals, bought a laptop, so I could do this tonight. So it was a pretty neat deal.
You bought a laptop just so you could travel with the NASCAR Racing 2003?
I had to buy a laptop so I could do this. Packed my wheel, packed my pedals in the suitcase, and here I am.
I love it. That's awesome. That's dedication. And then to get a second place podium finish.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to my wife. I know she's not going to watch this or anything, but she let me do it, so it's all her.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, thanks for doing it, because it's always fun to see you guys out here, especially when you can do it that way. Make priority boarding your wheel and pedals and brand new laptop. So yeah, man, thanks for the support.
Well, it's the world's smallest laptop, I think. It did the job.
Yeah, it definitely did. Got you to the second place finish tonight.
Well, that's what I told Chris. I got behind Chris and I told him, I said, I am not leaving you. So just run your line and we're going to push these Mercedes to the front.
You guys formed a line there because we were watching Zach lead that thing, and we noticed, Chris and I noticed that, Team Doritos was coming because there was 4 of you guys on that outside line running them down.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier before the season when we first formed this team, that no matter who won, we were going to push whoever was in the lead to the win. The win didn't matter. It's all about the team.
That's cool. That's good strategy. That's going to be fun to see that play out too, when you just know now, being part of a team, it's a different dynamic.
Yeah, and I'll be back home in about 11 days, so I'll be racing on my regular computer and I actually be able to see what I'm doing.
Right. How big's the screen on that laptop?
They say it's 14 inches, but if it's 14 inches, it's barely 14 inches.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, well, I guess that's all you need. But thanks again, man. What an awesome race. That's a cool story too. I love that you travel with your pedals and your wheel.
Yeah, it's wild. I appreciate it. Go talk to Chris so he can get to bed.
Awesome. Chris, congratulations on your win, man. Like everything that happened, and then you're at the front at the right time, getting, again, like we were just saying, getting pushed by your entire team to catch that Roberts guy.
Well, yeah, I really didn't think I had a chance. I don't know if you saw my car or not. It was not the same shape it was when it started.
No.
And I got to thank Robert Breedlove first and foremost. And by golly, he better keep that damn laptop and keep using it every week. I don't care if he's home or not. So he did really good with it.
I just might do that.
But so thank him and thank the other guys and even the guys that aren't on Team Doritos. I mean, thank all those guys for 28 of us showing up tonight, plus the 2 broadcasters. You and Chris, I'm sure it's going to be a great broadcast to watch and listen to what you guys talk about. So it's always fun to do the day after for me.
Yeah, it's always the hits. It's fun. We'll get again. We got about 80 hits live tonight, and then there'll be like another 80 in the next couple of days, because I know all you guys go back and watch yourselves. And we do try our best to get through the whole field and touch on everybody at least once. So I hope we accomplished that goal. But like I said, it was an event-filled race. Congratulations on your win, Mr. Elliott. We're off to a roaring start for season number 2 of the I Am On Fire.
Yeah, I'd say we are. I mean, we definitely can do better as a group as far as having less cautions. But Talladega, that happens sometimes. You're going to have a race or 2 during the season, or more than that, that's going to be full of cautions. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll have some here with a lot fewer. I'm not sure we will. It's a good series. It's Thursday night. It's a very competitive night to be out here racing and get all these guys out here with us here at Talladega Nights on a Thursday. It's just shows you, I mean, how much fun we have overall as a whole, and we got all these other nights we run. So I'm just real happy how everything's going, and I'm sorry about all these guys that got wrecked out. All good drivers, but hey, we've all been there. I know I have, and it's disappointing, but tonight was my night. I was lucky tonight.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'd like to chime in there in behalf
Oh,
of...
Lord, my brother's chiming in.
First of all, I want to piggyback off what Chris said. I want to thank all 28 drivers for showing up tonight on opening night. Congratulations, Chris, for your first Talladega win. Is that correct?
I think so. I think it might be.
And give it up to Graham. We're a team, but we really didn't work much together tonight. A few times, really couldn't get it going. It was not one of our better races for sure. Hopefully, we'll knock the dust off and come back next week and have a caution-free race. We ran many of them, or very few, as you know, Blaine, last season. So, it's a great series for guys to come out to learn. And to learn how to bump and draft and all that good stuff to run on the bigger nights, Friday and Saturday. So kudos to all you guys that came out again. Great job for you, Robert, finishing second. And Graham, I think you finished third. So, and Zach finished fourth, right? Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So congratulations to the podium. And I just want to say, Chris, great win tonight. Your teammates were behind you. Roberts was not going to let you go. I was behind Roberts. I think we had Steven Brandstetter up there for a while. He got shuffled back. But strong team, Big Stone Gap. Bad luck tonight, guys. We love you. I know you're strong. You led most of the laps tonight, I believe. Some other guys did too. I was very surprised. So it's going to be on. We got, 7 more regular races to see who makes it to the top 12. So kudos, Chris, and everybody. Thanks, Blaine, for broadcasting. Chris, as well. Thanks for coming out to co-host. Appreciate it, buddy. And we'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely.
We'll be here, man. Thanks again, guys, and congratulations to the podium. And we'll be here next week. I'll send you guys back into the other room there, and Chris and I will wrap this up.
All right. Thanks, Blaine.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bam. They're gone. So, yeah, man, thanks a lot for helping me out here. Last minute little pinch. And it's always nice to have a couple of names on a list that I can run to for backup if my buddy Brad has some family things to tend to.
Oh, absolutely. It was a blast. That I never had done that before. Always wanted to. That's why I reached out to you, about a month or so ago, and let you know that I'm interested in doing something like this. And you got in contact with me about a week ago and asked me if I'd be interested, and I told you yeah, and then something came up, and I was like, oh man, I'm down on it. And now I luckily made it back home in time with about a half hour to spare. So yeah, that was great. That was a blast. Awesome to do that. Fun watching the race and making all the calls and everything. Can't wait to go back and watch it as co-host.
Yeah, it's fun to watch them back because it's a whole different angle on doing it live. And then I do the same thing. I'll go back tomorrow and I'll watch the whole thing again just to see, most of the time I'm just looking for mistakes I've made, stuff that's out of place on the screens or audio that doesn't sound right, or, not being in live mode apparently. But yeah, cobwebs for sure. But yeah, like I said, SMO Racing. If you guys, you're into this thing and you're looking for leagues, SMO on Sundays and Mondays. What do you do on Sundays again? You mimic the Cup Series, right?
Yeah, and since the Cup Series is coming to a close after this Sunday,
you deal with your son.
What the fuck?
We will be.
Sorry, my cat just busted into the room. Come here, McGee. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, because when NASCAR is off, do you pick like a random track?
So what we're going to be doing is on Sundays we're going to be doing the stadium trucks on stadium truck type track.
Oh, right. Cool.
And then the Mondays is the Josh's Eggs Touring Series, which is just, it's a combination of short tracks, speedways, road course, and a dirt track. And it's usually tracks that either have never been run in NASCAR or have been run in the past, but have been off the schedule for quite a bit. We like to run, and of course some fictitious tracks as well to fill in the gaps on the speedways and immediate.
Yeah, like I ran with the last series, and it was I won an Armory Super Speedway from who made that? Mystical, the guy who made the ICR mod. And it's like a super cool track.
Yeah, great track, very futuristic. This race is great and looks really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I missed Monday's race. I forgot you guys were racing Monday. I had some other stuff. I got a new job. So this is my last week at the job I'm currently at. So my brain has kind of just been flying. But yeah, starting that one next Monday. But yeah, a lot of fun running over there, especially with some of the tracks you guys run. It's cool I've never even raced half those tracks. I'd never even heard of 80% of those tracks. But they all race extremely well. Like we get out there in a pack, and some races we went with like no yellows.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we wanted to do when we put the series together, was to run on tracks that most of these guys haven't ever ran, or if they have, it's just been very, a time or two, very seldom. And I make the schedule usually with a little input from a couple other people, and they're like, "Well, what's that track? I've never heard of it." Like, I haven't either. So we, we'll get on there and test it out, a group of us, and
that's the great thing with this too. There's literally thousands of tracks for this sim.
Yeah, and I mean, I know a lot of guys like to run just strictly the everything that mimics the Cup schedule.
Mm-hmm.
We do to an extent run the Cup schedule, but anything that's on the schedule more than twice, we replace with either a similar type track or a fictitious track, just to change things up a little bit. We get tired of running the same 15 or 20 tracks year after year after year.
Well, and even the community as well with the Cup, like I think they race it like a Chicago, because there's Chicagoland Speedway, but then there's like a Chicago street course now. And of course, the mod teams got on it, and they made one. They made that track, and it's in the game now. And it doesn't take them long to, when NASCAR starts messing around and adding new stuff, it doesn't take this community long to get that stuff in this sim. And I'm sure I heard that they're redesigning the trucks in real life, so I'm sure that won't take long to make it into NASCAR race in 2003, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, and you get your next gen mod, which was released I think right before the beginning of last season when it debuted. So it's awesome that still after 20 years you still have some groups putting together up to date tracks and mods just to keep everything relevant. It's just, you look at some of these other NASCAR games, and they'll have a little bit of a community, but nothing like this one. They'll have a few tracks and a couple mods, but their latest mod might be with the five years old. That's the newest one that there is. So we're really lucky to have all the content creators in which that we do have for this game. So that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's never gonna die when there's support like this behind it. But yeah, man, I guess what are we up to now? Over just under 2 hours, or hour and 47 minutes into this broadcast. So if anybody did end up watching this, thank you very much for watching and interacting in the chat. It was a very busy chat. It's always fun seeing the interactivity on something that we do that we thought would never really take off, but it's a lot of fun having everybody here. And thanks again, Chris, for the assist. And my cat is beating the crap out of the door right now. But you know what? He's a cat. That's what they do. Until next week, join us again here Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern for race number 2 of the I'm on Fire series. Thanks again, Chris, for your help, and keep your stick on the ice.
Thanks again, Lee.